Good morning, my dear children. In this module, we are going to discuss about the topic in the first chapter in the microeconomics, introduction. Here, we are going to discuss about the production possibility curve. Production possibility curve means it is a curve which shows the various alternative production possibilities of two goods that can be produced with given resources and techniques of production. And it is also known as transformation curve or production possibility frontier. It is an important tool to solve the central economic problems. So, we know that our resources are very limited, so from among them we have to choose the resources to satisfy our best alternative uses. So here this production possibility curve, it's a curve, it shows the various alternative production possibilities of two goods that can be produced with given resources and techniques of production. So, in this we can see the production possibilities of the two goods. Here we are going to take two goods and its numerical solutions. Then we will be able to understand easily. And especially as if we know that all the resources have alternate. Third one, the resources are fully employed. The fourth one, the resources are not equally efficient in production of all the goods. So, if resources are transferred from the production of one good to another, the marginal opportunity cost increases. So, my dear children, before any theory, there are certain assumptions will be put forward by our economist to explain that theory. So these are certain assumptions put forward by them. So the first one is that the resources available are fixed. That is known to us because it is limited in supply. And the second one is the technology also remains unchanged. So these are the assumptions for this theory. And in this production possibility curve, this is the schedule to draw the production possibility curve. Here they take into account the two goods, wheat and the machines. That is the production possibilities. And we know that the resources are limited in supply. So in this schedule we can see that if with the given resources we can produce two goods, the wheat is 0 and the machines is 15. That means in units, in thousands it is given as. So the wheat is 0 and the machines is 15. So children, this is an economy which can produce two commodities, wheat and machines, using its resources, and this table gives some combinations of the wheat and the machines that the economy can produce when its resources are fully utilized. Here, if all the resources are used in the production of machines, we cannot produce wheat at all. Here we can see the machines is 15 and the time the wheat is 0. And the combination B, we can see that when the machines has decreased to 14, the wheat has increased to 1. So what it means that if we have to produce one additional unit of wheat, we have to sacrifice 1 unit of machines to produce the wheat. Why? Because our resources are very limited in supply. We have to sacrifice, we have to forego the production of 1 unit of machines to produce 1 additional unit of wheat. And in the next combination C, we can see that the machines is 12 and the wheat is 2. What it indicates? That is, we have to sacrifice 3 units of machines. From the 15 it has decreased to 12, and here the wheat has increased to 2. So in this combinations, in all these combinations, if you want to produce 1 additional unit of the other commodity, we have to sacrifice some commodities that we have already produced. So this figure illustrates the production possibilities of the economy. And here in this production possibility curve, we can see it gives the combinations of the wheat and the machines that can be produced when the resources of the economy are fully utilized. So here the different points are given here, and in the x and in the y axis, wheat and the machines, wheat is taken, and here it is cloth. So in this curve, in the y-axis it is wheat, and in the x-axis, in our schedule it is machines, so here it is given as cloth. So here at first, with all the available resources, we can produce the wheat as 15 and the cloth as 0. We can see here, when the point at the 15 the cloth produced is 0, and when the wheat has reduced to 14, we can produce 1 additional unit of cloth, that is 1 unit. And in the same manner, when it is decreased to 12, that cloth as we can produce 1 additional unit of cloth. So in this manner, we can see that if we want to produce 1 additional unit of cloth, we have to sacrifice the production of the wheat. So what is in this theory? That is, if more of the scarce resources are used in the production of cloth, less resources are available for the production of wheat, and vice versa. Therefore, if we want to have more of one of the goods, we will have the less of the other good. Thus, there is always a cost of having a little more of one good in terms of the amount of the other good that has to be foregone. And this is known as the opportunity cost curve. So, this is known as the transformation curve also. So, this is transformation curve as well as the opportunity cost curve. So my dear children, I hope what the thing I have explained is clear for you, and this is an important tool in the economics to solve the problems of scarcity of the resources